Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a great day. And today we're going to be reviewing the Mazda CX-90, and this is actually the PHEV or PHEV, the plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. So this one has a gas engine. It also has an electric motor and electric, like a 17 kilowatt battery in here. So you can actually get the best of both worlds in this. And we'll talk about that later. But I just want to give you, show you the design of this vehicle. If you come around to the front end, you see they changed the grille design. And this is a 2024 model right here. So you got the Mazda badge right here. You have sensors here, and you also have a camera up front. And that's something new that they added to this vehicle this year. And so you have your lights, and these are kind of the same design that they had in the previous models. And this vehicle is in artisan red. And this one has the 21-inch wheels on it. Just come around, look at the sign even right here. This is something new they added. I really like this feature here where it has Mazda, the Mazda badging here. Of course, this is your gas tank on this side. You just come around back. And you see this is a bit bulbous. And if you come around right here, you see this is where your charge port is. And so this is where you'll charge this vehicle up. And this takes a J1772, and it also has the ports, but this is just dummied out, so you cannot high-speed charge this. And you can charge this up to I believe 48 amps is what this one is rated for. And they say it'll charge at level 2 charge. It'll take about 2.5 hours to charge this 17 kilowatt battery up. And so, but I think it's a fairly attractive looking vehicle. Kind of reminds me of a BMW somewhat. But let me go ahead and take you on the inside, and we'll look at some of these inside features on this vehicle. And they, Mazda is trying to go in a direction where they're going more upscale, more competing with BMW and Mercedes like that. And you can see right here, you have this wood grain. And you have some aluminum trim, or what appears to be aluminum right here. And you have some soft touch injected molding right here. And then leather right here. I mean, really nice. And then you have some hard plastic right here. But I really like the styling of these doors. It has a lot of different levels, using a lot of different materials. You just look at the dashboard here also. It has this soft touch material here, and also right here. And you have the nice stitching design right here. And then that aluminum feature again right here that goes all the way around. Very nice. And then really like the seats. Perforated, they're both heated and cooled. And I really like this piping. It kind of reminds me of my Rivian R1T. And these seats are very comfortable here. And right here in the driver's seat, you have all your adjustments right here. And this one, just looking at some of the controls here, you can actually fold the mirrors with this button. And of course, you have your window controls and your lock controls and your controls for your mirror. And the center console, really like this. You can change the displays. And it changes depending on what mode you're in. It has a mode selector right here. And right here I'm going to switch it to sport. And you see when I switch it to sport mode, the gauges change red, and there's a lot of nice graphics there. And even in this mode you can switch it up. So that's I really like that. And then you have all the different modes, normal mode. Then you have EV mode, and you can change there. You have your off-road mode, and I think I like this one the best. And you get your, even get a compass right there in the middle too. I really like that. But yeah, this is very nicely appointed. And this is very soft. Like in the older vehicles, there was a big wood piece right here, and some people are irritated at their knees, but this material is very soft to the touch. Oh yeah, so you have, and I really like the way the climate control is laid out. It's very you know, user-friendly. You know, you have a lot of the controls that you use more frequently, like the, you know, the heating and cooling controls right here. You know, so you have these toggles, you can just do that, and I really like that. And you have your heated and cool seats in your rear and front defrosters here. That this is the infotainment center, and of course you have your radio stations here that you can control, and all these things you can control with this center control right here. And this is, if you had Mazdas before, this is the same feature, or either BMWs. And you also have your navigation, and this is the vehicle navigation, but you can use your Android Auto or Apple CarPlay navigation if you choose to do that. And also settings, you know, so right here, like it shows EV settings, so like charge schedule, climate control timer, charge limit for charging, regenerative braking level, EV priority mode, and you know, so you have a lot of different things in the EV setting. And this vehicle also has a heads-up display. You know, you probably can't see it you won't be able to pick it up on the camera, but it's a, you know, a color setup, and with some very good graphics. And another thing I really like about this vehicle is that you can change the font size in the center screen. And you know, it's one of the things you can show, like center display cluster. Right here it says increase text size. And so if you hit that, you'll see that all the text in the screen gets larger. And that's a really nice feature there. And right here, we also have wireless charging. And so this is good enough, and this phone actually has the OtterBack on it, and it seems to work even with this this OtterBack. Pretty thick thing on here. And here's the glove box, and not too big, but I guess big enough for, you know, any type of things you may need to store in here. And if you look up here, this does have a panoramic roof, and it does have a screen that you can close up. And I really like this feature here. As far as the moon roof / sun roof opening up, you can either pop it up that way, or you can, oops. Or you can open it up like this, and you get yourself maybe about 8.5 inches of opening here, so not much at all. So, but at least it opens up. And also you have your center console here. And if you look into here, you'll see that you have 2 USB ports here that you can, you know, hook up your cell phone and any other devices you want to charge up. And we take you to the back seat, and let's see what's going on back in the back row. And these seats right here, you can adjust them, fully adjustable. And so you have plenty of space back here. These seats are very comfortable. They're also reclinable. See, plenty of space, and this is where my seat is, and I have some really long legs. And my seat, this is as far back as the seat can go. And also has this particular version has captain chairs in it, or captain seats, and it has an armrest here. You can adjust these like this, and it also has a cup holder here. You put your cups. And this also gives you access to the back row for someone small, child, not someone of my size, obviously. And this vehicle does have a 3rd row seat, and I'm going to show you a magic trick. We're going to see if I can get this big body in that back 3rd row seat. And this door opens up quite wide, and I like this because I'm a wide guy, you know. I've been on an expansion plan, expanding my horizons. So So this is how you open the opening up. And I'm going to go ahead and see if I can step back here. And I have plenty of space back here. You know, and I can actually put my my foot out this way, and this is pretty comfortable in the back. And also some of the additional things back here, you have a USB port on this side, and you have cup holders right here. And one of the things that's really good is you have air conditioner vents in the back, and that's on both sides in this vehicle. USB port for the little bad kids in the back that want to plug their devices in. You know, while they're up to no good and you can't really see them. And right here again, you have a vent. So, and if you look at the center console here, this is a tri-zone, and you have two more USB ports there, and also AC controls for the passengers in the back seat. But these back seats are quite comfortable, I have to say. Quite comfortable. Now for the next trick is me getting out. And not bad at all. It's not, I mean, could I ride back there? Yes, depending on who's sitting in the front seat. These seats are adjustable, and those back seats are pretty comfortable. Actually, they have plenty of headroom. And now just take you in the back. Let's check out the cargo space in this Mazda CX-90 all-wheel drive plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. So this does come with the plug in order to plug this vehicle in, or you can purchase yourself a level 2 charger. It will give you the fastest charge, like as I stated earlier. If you plug it into a level 2 charger like the one that I have in the house, and I am going to give you a demonstration of that. This will charge this vehicle in about 2.5 hours. Plug it right into a regular outlet. And believe it or not, you can get away with this. I had a Chevy Volt, and for about 12 years, all it did was just plug it right into a regular outlet, and it will take about 9 to 10 hours to charge this vehicle up. So you plug it in at night, and by the time you get up to go for your daily commute, your vehicle will be fully charged up. Okay, but you see this is with the third row up. You can see you have quite a bit of cargo space here. It's not too much, but let me see what's under here. And this is actually removable. You can take this out, and you have some additional stuff right here. And this is basically for your charger stuff. And even under this, you can take this out, and then you have access to your spare. And you can release your third row like this. Yeah, okay, there we go. And as you can see, with the third row down, you have lots of cargo space here. Lots of space. If you're going on a road trip, plenty of space. And some additional features here, you have a 120 out here, right here. Outlet where you can plug in, you know, regular household items. And you have your 12 volt here. And even on this side, you have a 1500 watt AC 120. Or you can, and right here, you can push this and it'll turn on the 1500 watts. Very good feature. Now I'm just gonna give you a demonstration of how this thing is plugged in. I mean, no different from any other plug-in vehicle, but just open it up and pull this out and then stick this in here. And this is a level 2 charger. And so now I'll take you in the inside and we'll see if there's anything different as far as any graphic view, any data that's displayed that's gonna, you know, tell us how fast this thing is charging or the state of charge. And it is charging, and right here is showing that it's gonna be 1 hour and 30 minutes to charge this vehicle up. And if you see right here, it's about a quarter full. Yeah, so if you open the door up, it does give you show you the state of charge. And this state of charge, this vehicle is 30%, and it's showing 7 miles of range. And it's still showing 1 hour and 30 minutes for charging. but it doesn't show me how long it's been charging or anything like that. And so if you're coming out of an electric vehicle, this would be quite disappointing because it's not going to give you the information and data that you're used to. Now I'm driving the Mazda CX-90, and this is if you're used to Mazda vehicles, this drives like a Mazda, zoom zoom. This has more of a sporty type handling to it. Really good steering radius. I'm just turning to test it, and it has a very good steering radius on this. Let's check the brakes out. This has regenerative braking on it, so the brakes, they feel a little mushy to me, but you have to understand I'm coming out of a fully electric vehicle, and so the dynamics a little different. One of the things I do like is that this heads-up display, it shows stop signs. I'm not sure how helpful that is, but because there's an actual stop sign there, but it's a color display and it's really nice. But right now I'm driving in EV mode, and as long as you don't really press too hard on the pedal, you'll stay in EV mode. And it actually has an indicator on here to let you know how hard you're pressing on the pedal and whether or not it's going to go into that mode. I don't have a lot of electric range left, only like 7 miles. So at some point on the way on this test drive, this is going to actually go to switch over to normal mode. But I'm kind of looking forward to see how that transition is going to happen and how the vehicle is going to feel when it does that. Yeah, but the cabin interior is really quiet. And I'm going to put this thing in sport mode just to see how responsive this is. You got the police right there by me. Can't do it yet. Right now, they don't think I'm going the speed limit yet. No, I'm going under the speed limit. So there is a delay, but if you're into that exhaust sound, it does have a nice little exhaust sound to it. And one thing I like, when you switch to sport mode, all the displays go red. Makes it seem a little more aggressive. But yeah, there is a lag when you press on the pedal. And this has really good handling for it being such a large SUV. This seems even bigger than right now we have a Mazda CX-9, and this just seems a lot bigger. The interior seems bigger, and it may be because of the color, but the outside seems larger also. But, so you may be wondering, say, hey, you got an electric vehicle, why would you be considering a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle? It's kind of going backwards. I would say no, and I'm gonna explain why. Yeah, at one point we were looking at the Cadillac Lyric, and I did a review on that vehicle. And, after my wife, drove the vehicle, yeah, she wanted to look at some other alternatives. So, and that's why we're here. And that road trip kind of solidified things for us, as far as I was like, hey, maybe looking at another option. Just things that's annoying on that road trip, the charging infrastructure, not having a place to use the bathroom, had to go in the woods, yeah, and then having to go to a gas station anyway to use the bathroom. No overhead cover while it's raining outside, nowhere to dump trash. It was just a lot of small things that add up to be big annoyances. And anytime you're transitioning over from something, the replacement has to be better than the thing that you're replacing it with. Like TVs, for example. We had those box TVs. And then they came out with flat screen TVs. They were a lot more expensive in the beginning, but they were objectively better than those big box TVs, where sometimes the biggest TV you can get was maybe a 26 inch. Well, a 32 inch was like the biggest one you can get, and that thing weighed a ton. So it has to be better for people to make that switch. And so it's not good enough for electric cars to be as good as a gas vehicle. They have to be better. And that also includes how you fuel that vehicle, how you charge it up. Yes, home charging is very convenient, but outside of that, for a good portion of Americans, they won't have the option to charge at home because they live in apartments or have other living arrangements, and so you have to. That's something that needs to be taken into consideration. And in order for people to be okay with full adoption, it has to be as convenient as it is driving a gas car. That's that, and I'll get off my soapbox on that, but that's my position. I'm an electric vehicle advocate. I think they're great, and I'm not, pushing any type of environmental thing. I think they're just better vehicles, period. But not for everyone. It's a better vehicle for me. What's good for me may not be the best thing for someone else in a different situation. So, but yeah, we'll see. I really like this Mazda CX-90. Looking forward to that Mazda CX-90, which is smaller vehicle, and it's going to have the same powertrain. So smaller vehicle should be less weight, which means more acceleration and hopefully more electric range, because as far as I'm concerned, 26 miles of electric range is just not enough. I wish this was 50 miles of range, and that'd be the perfect amount of range right there to even make me consider looking at a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. But that's it for this road drive, this test drive, and see y'all a little bit later. So you may be wondering, it's like, hey, Duke, this is a nice vehicle. How much does it cost? Well, this vehicle here, this is the Premium Plus, so this is the highest trim level you can get, and this is the PHEV. So these are a little more expensive because those batteries components makes them a little more expensive. But the total price on this vehicle, the MSRP on this is $58,920. And the only option on here is the second row captain chairs. But if you are shopping for electric vehicles, and you'll see that, especially in the third row, everything is like $90,000, $100,000, a lot, pretty up there. So this is a good place, a way to get into the electric vehicle space without going totally broke. The average price of a vehicle is in the anywhere from $48,000 to $50,000 already. So, and this is an excellent vehicle. We own Mazdas for I don't know how many years now. This is maybe our third Mazda that we own, and we've never had any mechanical issues with them whatsoever. So far, here's a thumbs up from the Duke. Well, that's all I have for today. I'd like to thank you for joining me again, and I can't wait to see you on the next video.